All right. As we said, we will honor your time. We're going live now. We're going to go ahead and kick this off. A big welcome to everybody that's here in this meeting today. This is a part of our series we're presenting on collaborating on files in Office 365. This is going to be a team effort today, and it will be interactive. As I said before, there is Q&A going on live right now, so if you have a question about anything you see, please use the chat. We have a team from IT here. We're going to answer any questions you might have. We are your trainers here today. I'm Joshua Smith there. In the middle, we have Brian Gilley, and to the far right, we have Alan Gomez. We're going to be talking about using OneDrive and then the lion's share of the training, doing collaboration and using some of the features that are available to us in Teams. This is a part of a series in collaborating in Office 365. Hopefully you've all gotten a chance to use it. If not, this is a great day to get started. Let's talk a little bit about OneDrive for Business versus Teams. OneDrive is represented really by you. It's the me part of us doing our jobs. And you see there's the one person represented here. OneDrive is your private workspace. I like to harken back to the days of the shared drive or the personal drive. This is a more robust version of that. This is your private space when you're working on your project, your document, your spreadsheet, whatever it may be. And when it's in OneDrive, it remains private until you share it. If it's in OneDrive, it's your file. It's something you'd like to keep private, as we said. In OneDrive, you can share. You can share with one or two people, short term, as you see fit. That's really not the thrust of OneDrive. It's really for you to work on whatever would be germane to you. And to the right of the panel there, we see the Teams icon, and we see also kind of a group of people there. Teams' strength is collaborating with groups of people on a task or a project. Anything else you can think of. There's a bunch of different features we're going to go over here today that really, hopefully, paint a clear picture of the collaboration and group aspect of Teams. That's why it's aptly named. Teams, one of the things you can do here is you can use it to send attachments back and forth within Teams instead of emailing back and forth. You probably have been on an email thread before when the team's trying to figure out which version of the file or the project or the proposal you're working on. Teams really eliminates some of the middle work that us in the office environment are used to, makes it much more efficient and really powerful. When it's in Teams too, something important to remember is that the file belongs to the group. If a file exists in Teams, like we'll see here shortly, it is able to be accessed by the group. Regarding permissions, security, etc., in OneDrive, if you keep a file in OneDrive, you want to control who has access to your files. Really, only you have access to it unless you specifically share out that file in OneDrive. Think of using OneDrive as your business personal library for the me part of your work before it moves on to Microsoft Teams for the we part of the work. So OneDrive is me, Teams is we. In Teams, the permissions for accessing files are centralized. All team members in Teams have access to said files. Now you can share files with outside or non-team members ad hoc. You can specify if you want to share a file with somebody outside of your team. Microsoft Teams is meant to be the we part of the work for you and your team. When a file is in Teams, the file is not owned or associated to only one user, but rather to the team itself. So what is Teams? And when I was learning about Teams, what I asked myself was, well, what isn't Teams? Teams really does so much. It's a unified communication and collaboration platform that combines workplace chat. So chat is available in Teams. You can do video meetings in Teams or presentations like we're doing right now. You can store files. You can share documents. You can integrate applications. You can access Teams from almost anywhere. You can access it from a desktop application. You can access it through your web browser, or you can download it as a mobile app. With Microsoft Teams on your PC, Mac, or mobile device, you can, for instance, pull together a team. And you can use chat instead of email. Your files are secure and able to be edited at the same time. And then you can see likes, if someone mentions you, replies, etc. Communication is very accessible and streamlined. You can also customize Teams by adding notes, websites, etc. What we're going to do now is we're going to start to collaborate in Teams. We're going to pass it over to Ryan Gilley here shortly. We're going to demonstrate, not limited to, but being able to access files in Teams, being able to upload files in Teams, creating files directly in Teams, working and collaborating in Teams. We'll start a conversation around a document. We'll show how that document can be co-authored, and we'll even show how it can be accessed and co-authored from your mobile device. At this time, we're going to pass it over to Ryan, and he's going to take it further. Ryan, take it away, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Good afternoon. My name is Ryan with IT Support, and I'm going to demo OneDrive and Teams for you. So first, you've probably already used OneDrive before, but here are some of the basics. You can access your OneDrive through File Explorer, right here in the sidebar, but I'm going to focus on using it online. So I'll open up a browser, and I'll go to office.com. If you haven't already, you'll need to sign in here with your network credentials. So I'll click OneDrive. And I'll jump into a folder here. Now from here, I can create a new file by going up to New, and I'll create a Word document. So here's the document. I can edit the document straight through the browser, and you'll notice at the top that it saves automatically. So one great feature of OneDrive is version history, which allows you to recover previous versions of a document. So let me look up this document here. Let's say this is our meeting agenda, and I notice that there's a bit missing here. Maybe some of it got deleted previously. So what I can do is look up a previous version. I'll open it up in a desktop app here, which is going to open up the document in Word. And I can go up to the top bar here, click version history, and I can see all the different versions of this document that have been saved. So let's try opening up this version here. Oh, and there's the missing bit to the agenda. So I'm going to hit restore, and that will restore the file. All right, so let's say I want to share this document with some coworkers. I click this icon. I can go to share. And from here, I can start typing in the name of my coworker in my organization. So in this case, I'll add Alan. And I can also share this with users from outside my organization, like Josh. Now for external users, I'm going to type in their full email address. And I can click up here and decide what kind of access this link to the document will provide. Right now it's set to only give access to the specific people I entered, but I can also make the document available to anyone in my organization with the link. I also need to decide if I want to be able to them to be able to edit the document. In this case, I do, so I'll check the box next to allow editing and hit apply. And send. Now they're going to receive an email inviting them to the document. Let me show you a different way to share the document through email. Go ahead and open up a new message. Click Attach File. And you'll see recent items. Here's the document that I was just working on, so I'll click that. And now I have a choice to make. I can either share a link to the cloud version of the document, or I can create a copy of the document and send that. We recommend you choose to share a link so that you can all work off the same document and even work simultaneously on that document, which I'll show off in a moment. I'll add the same coworkers as before and click send. Now let me transition into Teams. The first step to using Teams to collaborate on files is setting up your team. So let's create a team. Click Join or Create a Team down here. Then Create a Team. I'll go ahead and build the team from scratch. And I'll choose Public so that anyone in your organization can join. Name, you can add a description if you like, and hit Create. To add members to the team, I can start typing their names as before. So I'll add Alan, and then once again, I'll add Josh, using his full email address, because he is an external user, and see, he shows up as a guest here. Click Add. And for Alan, I have the decision whether to make them a member or an owner. An owner has extra power, like being able to add or remove members. In this case, I'll keep him as a member, which is a regular team member. Now, one good way to organize your discussion in Teams is to create a separate channel for a particular topic. I can click here and add channel. I'll give it a name. Presentation. And by default, it's available to everyone on the team, but you can allow access to only specific members if you want. And click Add. Now if we want to discuss something related to our presentation, we can work in this space. So let's start collaborating on files. Let me open up let's upload a file to Teams. Go up to Files and click Upload. This will browse your computer as well as your OneDrive. So let's upload that document here. And we can also create a file in Teams. Click New. I'll create a Word document. And hit Create. Now, both of these files are accessible by all members on the team. So now let me jump over to a test document in another team here. And I'm going to show you how you can open up this document in Word straight from Teams. So you're not limited to just working within Teams. If I click here and click Open Up in Desktop App, and here's our meeting agenda. Same situation as before, and just like we did with OneDrive, I see that I've got some parts of our agenda missing. I can click here at the top, click version history. And let's try opening up a different version here. And I see that part that was before missing and it's now there. And now that document has been restored to that previous version. So now let me show you how to co-author a document or work simultaneously with other team members. So here is a document here. And to work in this in Teams, I can go ahead and hit Edit. And let's say I want input on this agenda from Alan and Josh. So let me click Start a Conversation right here. And that's going to bring up a chat window so we can discuss straight from this document. Reach out to Alan and Josh. If I add an @ sign before their names, I can link directly to them. Right. And you notice that Alan is in the document. He's right up here in the upper right-hand corner. And you can see his cursor down there typing away. All right, so this conversation is a great way to collaborate on files, and it eliminates the need to email back and forth with your coworkers, attaching multiple versions of documents, which can get messy and confusing over time. Now, let me send it back over to Josh to cover how to collaborate using the mobile app.
Great, thank you, Ryan. All right, what we'll do here is we will share my screen from my iPhone. Teams is available on your mobile device. It's available for free as a free download on either your iPhone or your Android in your app store. When you load it and install it, you simply sign in with your work email and password, and then you'll see this icon appear on your screen. As you see before you on the upper right hand corner, there is the Teams app. There's a red number 2 indicating that there have been 2 pieces of activity that have occurred since I've last opened it. So I'll go ahead and I'll just simply open Teams. And here we go. We see that Ryan has mentioned me in a conversation. And let's say, for example, I'm off-site. Maybe I had to take one of my kids to get their braces adjusted, or actually, that would probably be a very likely thing that would happen to me right now. So I'm at the orthodontist, and I see, oh, this Ryan has messaged me about this important document we've been working on. There's a chat thread. I'm going to go ahead and open this up to see if there's anything I need to add to this document. So I'll just click on it. It starts to open. You'll need to load the corresponding Word Microsoft app from the App Store again. These are free and very easy to install. So here, this is a read-only version of the document. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a button used for editing. It looks like a pencil over a square. And I'm looking over it, and I see, oh, there's a change I need to make. Under Snow there, the platform Snow, I need to make sure that we add licenses. So I will click the Edit button in the upper right-hand corner. The document will start to open, and I will just click and make my change. Add licenses, and I'll go back. And I'll go back again to Teams. And I'll close out. I want to make sure my changes saved. So I'll just go back in. There we go. Changes under snow, add licenses. So that is a real-time example of how if you are on the go, a lot of us, we've been displaced as far as our workplace is concerned, and people are growing increasingly more mobile. It's so nice to have this option available for you on your iPhone or your Android. We'll close out of there. Something important to remember is that when you're working in documents such as the one Ryan sent to me, the changes are auto-saved, so you don't have to remember to go in and save those. Those are auto-saved for you. Ryan also demonstrated that there's file versioning available should there be a dispute or if you need to reconcile a file version. So Ryan mentioned earlier that I'm a guest. I am a city employee, but I support public safety, police and fire. So I'm a guest over here in the city version of Teams. You can look at the bottom of your bottom of my screen there, rather. There's all the activity that's been going on. These are channels that I'm a member of. You can also sort the feed by my activity. These are threads that you are directly involved in, not just the team threads. There's a chat feature, and there are the teams that are available here to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over to my world for a second. Many of the features that are available on the desktop or browser version of Teams are available here on your device. In the upper left-hand corner is what we like to call the hamburger icon. It's the 3 horizontal lines. You got your bun, your patty, and your bun again. Let's go ahead and click that. And you'll see here that it's showing me as a guest because my colleagues on the city side added me as a guest and they gave me access to their Teams environment. I'll go ahead and click mine. I'm switching over to public safety here. Again, the look and feel, it's exactly the same. We have activity that's been going on. I can sort the view to show only my activity just by clicking that drop-down list. In the feed, I can actually filter it. If there's a lot of activity, you can sort your filter view by looking for things such as voicemails, etc. After a while, there could be quite a lot of information in this feed, so you may indeed need to sort. There's a chat feature that will show all the issues that you are involved with. You can start a new chat just by clicking in the upper right-hand corner. I will just send a quick test message to my supervisor. If you look in the lower right-hand corner, there's what looks like a mic button. You can actually send voice memos through here. You can send pictures, GIFs. You can send a message and you can send it as important by just clicking the A font with a little pin in front of it. Click the exclamation, you can let them know important. I need smaller fingers. Many different things. You can attach files from here. In the upper right-hand corner, which I would do right now, but it would break my mirroring connection that you see on the screen, you can place a video call or you can call through Teams. That's in the upper right-hand corner, the video icon or the telephone icon. You can video chat or simply call people through Teams if they're logged in. The middle icon here, Teams, these are all the teams, the channels that I'm a member of. Hopefully the picture is getting clear here about how robust and feature-rich this application is. Next to Teams, there's the calendar. Shows what's going on in your life. You can join meetings from Teams, schedule them, whatever you need to do as far as time and calendar management is concerned. And then over here, under more, you can start to customize the Teams look and feel. There is a lot more that we can explore, but I think this is a great place to get started as far as using your mobile device for specifically what we wanted to show was the collaboration and the co-authoring piece from the phone. I will go ahead and pop back over here to the city side, and there we go. So what we would like to do now is we would like to open the floor up to the chat, which has been going on. If you have any questions about anything you've seen, anything that's been explained, the chat is going. Those of you that have let us know which departments you are from, Thank you so much. Have a good crowd on here today. Hopefully we can use these tools to better serve our community and improve on the already awesome job we do. What we will do at this time is we will open the floor. If you all have any questions, let us know. We're standing by in the chat. We want to hear from you, what you think, and what you'd like to know about what you've seen today. While you are formulating your questions, if you have any, we just want you to know that we're here to serve, help you better do what it is you do for our city. You can reach us online there at https://itservicedesk.cityofsacramento.org and sign into the service desk portal there. Just sign in with your email and password. A variety of resources there to get in contact with us. Open tickets and many other options. You can also reach us via email at itservicedesk@cityofsacramento.org. So no matter which city entity you serve with, you can reach us via email at this address here, itservicedesk@cityofsacramento.org. Like I said, I serve with public safety, fire and police. If you are with public safety, you can reach us at 916-808-0444. And if you're with the city, you can reach us at 916-808-7111. You want to stand by for any questions you might have. Okay, we see the questions coming in. We're going to go ahead and respond to those here. And Ryan and Alan, we got some questions coming in here. Let's see if we can jump on those. Can you share a file with someone who's not on the same team? Yes, you can. You can add them as Ryan demonstrated earlier. If they're internal, when you go to add them, you can share the link, or you can share the entire copy of the document. If they're outside of the organization, when you say not on the same team, that could be they're with another city team or they're outside. If they're outside, you have to specify their entire email address. Does the city have a preference where we keep documents? I'll have some of my other colleagues weigh in here. I know either acceptable as far as a preference is concerned. I don't know of one. I'm sure my colleagues will weigh in if there is one. Teams is a great place. Okay, Ryan, respond to that now. Excellent. Mariah asks, does this work for Excel also? Yes, it works for the entire Office suite. So anything that you use at the Microsoft Office product should be available here. Great question here. Most of the city uses Outlook email, and it's challenging to get people to use something new. How do you explain when we should use emails versus when we should use Teams? I think our principle going forward is we should definitely just try to use it on a daily basis. At this point, there's obviously crossover, but because Teams is so collaboration rich, I think we should all try to make a case to our colleagues and to our teams that, hey, instead of you emailing me, we email back and forth. We can co-author this thing real time. You can contact me in chat, and it's a much more efficient use of everybody's time. But Steve, that definitely is a challenge, especially when people are in a comfort zone, but I think this is a powerful tool that will save us some time.
Josh, I'm going to weigh in on that.
Sure.
So how I explain it to people is Outlook versus Teams. Within your own team, with my own division, we have a team to collaborate. It's a shared space to collaborate. It's a great place to also communicate. And email becomes this kind of unruly animal that is, there's messages coming from all directions outside, across divisional lines. So taking your team conversation and putting it into Microsoft Teams helps with that. So it's focused for your team and you need to respond to your team, and then everything else is kind of email. That worked for me and some of us. There's other strategies, but I thought I'd share that. Using Teams to collaborate within your own collaborative groups, and then using email for other types of communications. But we did show that we could bridge those by sharing files, even within email, when you have to use email as a communication vehicle. Hope that helps.
Great input, Kirk. Thank you. Great questions, everybody. Keep them coming if you have them. We're glad to assist. This is how we learn, move forward with this great product and great tool.
Question just came in. This is Alan regarding do you have any recommendations for fixing echoes on a conference call? So this goes for Teams, Zoom, WebEx. One thing that I've noticed, if somebody is utilizing a laptop where they're using the built-in microphone and speaker, a lot of times that causes echoes. So the best, I guess, best method is to use like a headset, wired headset or wireless headset when you're doing any kind of video conferencing or audio conferencing like that. But you do have the ability to mute attendees if you notice that somebody is echoing, and you can just side chat them, let them know that that's why they're muted. But what tends to happen is when if they are using a laptop with a built-in mic and built-in microphone, built-in mic and built-in webcam, when the audio is playing through the speaker, the mic is somewhat picking up on that as well. So best case is to use something corded to just kind of prevent that from happening.
We're still responding to some questions that are coming through, so just want to encourage anybody, if you do have them, please do submit them. We're glad to assist any way we can. We'll be around a few more minutes to field any questions you have. We got the IT team in the chat here responding to every question. And again, you can contact us at the information on your screen, online, via email, or via the phone.
Great question, Kim. Some everybody's responding to that message, but I'm going to just respond to kind of the OneDrive versus Teams. Again, OneDrive is kind of the me part of your work. It's your files, where Teams is everybody who is a member of that team, or if I put it a different way, in colloquial terms, anybody who has access to the S drive, like a network drive, has, if the file goes into the shared drive, everybody has access. And so that kind of makes collaboration with your team simpler and easier. You don't have to share each file individually with your team. So that's why we focus so much on Microsoft Teams, setting up that space. That way, any documents that go into that team space, your entire team has access to it. There's no need to reshare that. You can give them a link, of course, to kind of point them to it, or even start a conversation around that file. But that kind of alleviates any of the sharing issues you might have within your team. To speak that it might have changed with to read only, that's a possibility if they're using a different link to access, and that might be hard to wrap your head around, but it could be shared with you specifically with read-write access. But then you're given a link later that is a read-only link inadvertently. So because you're accessing a file through a read-only link, even though you have access to it, because that link is read-only, that could also cause that to happen. It's a case-by-case situation. We would definitely have to take a look at that. If that happens again, feel free to contact the IT service desk, and they can definitely noodle that out for you.
Love this discussion going on here. If you have any more questions, please send them our way. Hopefully today the pictures become clear and these tools have become more accessible to us as end users and people that serve the city. Hopefully the collaboration piece really speaks loudly, and we can find ways to do what we do even more efficiently. We will hang out here a little while longer and await your questions should you have them. If you need to go about the rest of your day, we'd like to do that for you. We'd like to surrender to you back the rest of your day, and we have things to do. We will be here, like I said, a few more minutes, but if you do need to go, we want to just thank you again on behalf of City of Sacramento IT and the collaboration and Office 365 effort. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great day. Be safe out there, and we'll see you around the city. We'll be here a few more minutes. Well, all right, everyone. Again, on behalf of City of IT, thank you so much for joining today. We'll be having more of these upcoming. Appreciate your time and attendance, and we'll be needing to call shortly. Have a great day.